Mission 1: The hospital that fired every doctor. Introduction: Artificial intelligence is changing modern healthcare by improving diagnosis and treatment. AI can analyze medical data faster and more accurately in many situations. The topic explores the balance between AI technology and human intelligence. Next, mission brief. To understand the role of AI in healthcare, to study whether AI can replace human doctors completely, to create a balance between advance and technology and human care. Problem: Complete dependence on AI may create risk in patient treatment. AI may lack empathy and emotional understanding. Incorrect data or system errors can lead to wrong decisions. Evidence is AI can detect disease using medical images and patient data. AI systems can process large amounts of information quickly. AI has improved accuracy in some medical diagnosis. Human intelligence includes emotions, creativity, and experience. Doctors understand patient feelings and personal situations. Human can make ethical decisions in difficult cases. Artificial intelligence AI allows machines to perform tasks that require human intelligence. AI uses algorithms and data to identify patterns. AI helps in diagnosis, predictions, and treatment suggestions. Comparison: Human comparison AI gives you accuracy. Best solution is to work together. The goals of AI is to improve disease detections and diagnosis, to reduce medical errors, to provide faster and personalized treatment. Reasoning: AI analyzes information and finds possible solutions. AI can identify relationships between symptoms and disease. AI supports doctor with evidence based suggestions. The learning: AI learns from large amount of collected data. Machine learning improves AI performance over time. AI can recognize patterns in medical information. Problem solving: AI helps identify disease and possible treatments. AI can analyze complex medical information quickly. AI helps reduce workload for healthcare workers. Decision making: AI provides recommendation based on available data. Doctors consider patient needs and ethical factors. Human responsibility is important for final decisions. Perception: AI can recognize patterns in images, sounds, and data. AI helps analyze x rays, scans, and medical reports. AI detects detail that may be difficult to notice. Ethics: patient privacy and data protection are important concerns. AI decisions must be fair and unbiased. Responsibility for AI mistakes must be clearly defined. For AI models, it's reactive machines, limited memory AI, theory of mind AI, self aware AI. A recommendation is AI should work with doctors, not replace them. Hospitals should use AI as a support tool. Doctors should maintain control over important decisions. The conclusion is AI is powerful in diagnosis, analysis, and healthcare support. Human wisdom, empathy, and the ethics remains essential. A hospital without doctors may lose the human side of healing. My opinion is AI should assist doctors instead of replacing them. Thank you. The sum that invented intelligence. Introduction. 15th of July 2055. Location National Museum of Artificial Intelligence, New Delhi. A major digital attack hacked the world's largest AI history archived. Thousands of important AI research papers, photographs, conference notes, and historical videos were deleted or corrupted. Although the government had a secret backup, it was incomplete, leaving many key records missing to recover the lost history. The National Intelligence Strategic Council activates its Historical Investigation Division to find and restore the missing documents. Evidence Box A is the letter. Who might have written this letter? The letter was most likely written by John McCarthy in 1955 as the proposal for the Dartmouth Summer Research Project on Artificial Intelligence. Why was it important? It is important because it officially introduced the term artificial intelligence. Why would historians call it one of the most influential documents ever written in computer science? It marked the birth of AI as a scientific field. Evidence box B. It is the photograph. Why are some remembered more than others? History remembers those whose ideas lead to major breakthroughs, influential publications, or lasting AI systems. Research proposal. If I had attended this conference, create a computer that learns from its mistakes instead of following fixed rules. Evidence box C. The newspaper. If I am a journalist in 1956, researchers believe computers may one day solve problems, understand language, and help people in daily life. Some experts warn the research may be difficult and expensive, but most remain hopeful that it will shape the future of science and technologies. Evidence box D. The audio recording. What problem might this scientist have encountered? May have technical problems because of the scientist face limited computer power, very little memory, and immature technology, making it difficult to build truly intelligent machines. Operation Kronos. Chosen year is 1956 documentary. In 1956, the Dartmouth Summer Research Project officially introduced the term artificial intelligence. Scientists led by John McCarthy gathered to discuss how machines could think and learn like humans. The mystery. History appears to repeat itself, but why? Because of AI history repeats because expectations are often higher than what technology can deliver. Part 2. Evidence File F. Minutes of the funding committee. Minutes of the funding committee. Which committee member proved most correct? Most correct. Comment 5. Approved. Because of the person who approved the work enabled research that eventually lead to systems capable of understanding and generating humans' language to a remarkable degree. Evidence file G. Personal diary. Why do you think the student wrote this? The student may have written it because they noticed that different groups are approaching AI with different expectations. Was the student correct? To significant extent, yes, the student was correct. Would the same diary entry still apply to today's artificial intelligence industry? In many ways, yes, although the details have evolved. Part 3. Evidence Box 1 Project Logic Theorist. In year 1956, Project Logic Theorist. Did logic theorists actually understand mathematics? No. Logic theorists did not actually understand mathematics in the human sense. It manipulated logical rules and symbols according to its programmed method. Did it merely manipulate logical rules? Yes, logic theorists mainly manipulated logical rules rather than truly understanding mathematics. Evidence Box 2 Project ELIZA in the year 1966. Why do humans naturally attribute intelligence to machines? Because we are inclined to interpret behavior as evidence of mind. Evidence Box 3 Project Perception. Evidence Box 3 Project Perceptron in the year 1958. Why do revolutionary technologies often receive unrealistic expectations? Because revolutionary technologies often receive unrealistic expectations because people become excited about their potential and assume they will solve problems faster than they actually can. Project SHRDLU in the year 1970. Why do technologies often perform brilliantly in laboratories but struggle outside controlled environments? Because the environment is carefully controlled, but they struggled in the real world because conditions are more complex and unpredictable. Part 4 Case File 1 The Russian Translation Project. What would you continue, reduce, cancel, and increase funding? Reducing funding would allow researchers to improve the technology while encouraging more realistic goals and expectations. Case File 3 The General's Question. Should government fund research based on current achievements, future possibilities, scientific optimism, economic return, national security? Then yes, government should fund research based on a balance of current achievements, future possibilities, and national needs. Part 5 Case File 5 The Doctor Who Never Forgot. If I leading an AI laboratory in 1982, I would invest in 1000 expert systems because expert systems are more practical because they focus on specific problems, can achieve high accuracy and provide useful results in real world areas like medicines. The second winter emergency meeting in the year 1988. Could this second collapse have been avoided? Then, yes, it could have been reduced through realistic goals, careful investment, and better understanding of AI limitations. Then, next, what lessons were missed from the first AI winter? Then the answer is humanity failed to learn that AI progress takes time, predictions can be exaggerate and long-term research is more important than short-term excitement. Case file The Chess Match. Two newspaper editorials. First, the beginning of human obsolescence. A machine defeating the world chess champion is a warning that technology is entering areas once considered uniquely human. Second, a calculator wearing a crown. The chess machine's victory does not mean humans have been defeated. It shows the power of human invention. Deep Blue and was excellent at chess, but it did not think, dream, or understand like a human. The review of timeline from 1950 to present. In 1950, the birth of the AI idea. In the 1956, artificial intelligence became a field. In the year 1960 to 1970, early system the wall of complexity. In 1970 to 1980, winter. 1980 to 1990, the second crash. 1997, deep blue. 2012, the deep learning revolution. In 2022, the rise of generative AI. Thank you. Gen 003, the containment facility. Mission brief. A high security AI lab lost contact. One AI system is missing. The mission is to identify the escaped AI and study its capabilities. Objectives: understand different AI types, compare AI systems, learn AI ethics, risk, and applications. AI classification based on capabilities, then ANI, AGI, ASI based on functionality, reactive, limited memory, theory of mind, self aware. Project Orion medical diagnosis AI detects disease from scans, accurate but works only in healthcare. Project Athena AI legal assistant analyzes legal documents, cannot perform tasks outside law. Project Herman's warehouse management AI predicts demand and schedules robots specialized in logistics. ANI summary examples Google Map, Face Unlock, Spam Filter, and Voice Assistants are all narrow AI. Project Prometheus. Prometheus learn mathematics, languages, music, and engineering without separate programming. ANI versus AGI. ANI specialized, AGI learned many tasks. AGI is more flexible than ANI. AGI benefits and risk. Benefits are better healthcare, education, and research. Risk it is misuse, security, and loss of control. Project Titan. Why might self improvement become more important than raw intelligence? Because self improvement is more important than raw intelligence because it allows continuous learning and adaptation. In education, hardworking students often outperform naturally gifted ones. Project Sentinel. Why did Sentinel become intelligent only while a chessboard excited? Because it was programmed only to analyze and play chess. Did it truly understand chess? No, it followed patterns, rules, and calculations rather than true understanding. 3. Or did it understand only positions? Yes, it understood chess positions and possible moves, not the real meaning of the game. Next, the Project Voyager. Explain why remembering even a few seconds of information completely changes decision making. Remembering even a few seconds of information helps make better decisions because it provides useful context. The hospital incident. Which system would you trust more importantly and why? I would trust system 2 because it considers the patient's completely medical background and not just the current symptoms. Next is Project Empath. Explain the difference between recognizing emotions, understanding emotions, feeling emotion. Recognizing emotions means identifying emotions from facial expressions, voice, or actions. Understanding emotions means knowingly why someone feels that way and considering the situation behind it. Feeling emotions means personally experiencing emotions like happiness, sadness, or fear. Case file E03. The negotiation. Which system would you trust? Explain. I would trust a system better because it considers not only the words but also emotions, body language, past interaction, and context. The child experiment. What does it take us about intelligence? It teaches the intelligence includes understanding minds, emotions, and perspectives, not just remembering information. How difficult would this be for an AI system? It would be difficult because AI must understand human beliefs and intentions, not only process facts and data. Project or Project Aurora. Can a machine answer philosophical questions without actually experiencing philosophy? Then, yes, a machine can answer philosophical questions without actually experiencing philosophy. It can analyze information, recognize patterns, and generate responses. The Prime Minister's final question: what evidence would convince you that it is telling the truth? The machine claiming to be conscious is not enough. We would need reliable proof that it actually uh, had an inner experience, not just the ability to imitate one. Thank you. Mission Jan 004, The Siege of Server. Introduction. India's largest financial institutions come under cyber attack. Everything appears normal. Employees continue working, customers continue making payments, ATM continue dispensing cash, UPI transactions continue, credit cards continue functioning. Then, why did the software fail to recognize danger? The software can fail to recognize danger because the system designed to detect problems are often looking for specific patterns, and sophisticated attacks can avoid those patterns. Evidence file A security camera who demonstrated intelligence. The answer is depends on what they mean by intelligence because the guard shows procedural intelligence following a system, and the child showed adaptive intelligence, noticing something unexpected and questioning it. Case file B, the fraud detector. Can intuition ever become part of artificial intelligence? Then, yes, some forms of intuitions can become part of the artificial intelligence, but not in the same way humans experience intuitions. Human intuitions is embodied and contextual. AI intuition is statistical. Part 2, Critical Incident Report Evidence File C01. Why did the software fail? The software failed because it and analyzed each transaction individually and treated them as normal. It did not identify the hidden relationships between the accounts. Did it lack of information? No. The software already had the transaction details such as time, account number, amount, and city. The problem was not missing information. Case 2 file C02, the cyber analyst. What did the analyst possesses that the software did not? The analyst possessed intuitions and hypothesis building, the ability to sense a hidden pattern before there was enough evidence to prove it. The Prime Minister's challenge. The Prime Minister asked officer, imagine I give you every financial record in India. Have I given you intelligence? No, because PM have given data, not intelligence. Intelligence comes from analyzing data, finding meaningful patterns, and making informed decisions. Part 3, Operation Season. What did the banking software reach the wrong conclusion despite having all the evidence? Because it had data and evidence but lacked the ability to correctly interpret the hidden pattern. Evidence file R01. The two analysts. How can two intelligent individuals examine identical evidence and still disagree? It still disagree because they may interpret the information differently. Analyst Alpha focused on each transaction separately. Analyst Bravo looked for relationships and pattern between the transactions. Evidence file R03. The false alarm. Should intelligent system maximize accuracy, precision, sensitivity, trust? Explain your priorities. Yes, trust. Users must believe and act the system's alert. Precision. Most alerts should be genuine to avoid alert fatigue. Sensitivity. The system should still detect real threats without flooding users. Accuracy. Important overall but less valuable if the system produces too many false alarms to isn't trusted. The thinking experiment. Complete the following sentences. Data becomes information when it is organized and given context. Second, information becomes knowledge when it is understood through experiences and analysis. Third, knowledge becomes reasoning when it is used to draw logical conclusions. 4. Reasoning becomes wisdom when it applied with judgment and ethics. Evidence file A03. The flood warning system. What is the difference between updating software and building software capable of updating itself? Updating software is humans manually change the system when needed. Building software capable of updating itself because the system can learn, adapt, and improve automatically as conditions change. The planning room. Rank the three systems. System Charlie demonstrates strategic planning best. System Bravo demonstrates predictions. System Alpha demonstrates reactions. The architect's brief. How will your AI defend itself against manipulation? By verifying data from trusted sources, detecting unusual activities using strong authentication and access control, keeping audit logs of all actions, encrypting sensitive information. Second, how will your AI minimize unnecessary disruption to legitimate customers? By checking transactions with multiple verification methods before blocking them, allowing normal transactions and with low fraud risk, sending alerts to customer for suspicious activity. The Prime Minister's final question is, after everything you have learned, tell me one thing. If I approve this project today, what is the greatest mistake my government must never make? Answer. The greatest mistake would be to build AI that is powerful but not accountable. A government must never let AI make important decisions without human oversight, transparency, and responsibility. Thank you. Mission File Gen 005. The Last Negotiation. The Soldier's Letter. Which analysis would influence your decision more and why? The psychologist analysis. would influence my decision more because it understands the deeper human meaning behind the latter. The final exhibition. Explain the purpose of every exhibit. The exhibition, human machine altogether, explores creativity through human made, AI made, and collaborative exhibits. Each exhibit shows the strength of human and machines, from art and music to writing and design. The human vote. If both sides genuinely want peace, why can they not agree on the path of peace? Both sides want peace, but they disagree because they have different ideas about what creates and protects peace. The silent meeting. What do you think the diplomat meant? The diplomat meant that even if AI provides a recommendation, humans are still responsible for the choices they make. The accuracy paradox. Why do people trust the less accurate system? People trust system Bravo because trust is not based only on accuracy. It is also depends on transparency and accountability. The cabinet meeting. Does intelligence naturally produce agreement or does intelligence reveal complexity? Intelligence does not always produce agreement, it often reveals complexity. The University of 2085. What should every graduate know that cannot simply be generated by artificial intelligence? Every graduate should understand human values, emotions, experiences, and responsibilities. The Secretary General final question. What qualities must future leaders possess that no machine can ever guarantee? They need empathy to understand people, wisdom to make fair choices, and courage to take responsibility for difficult decisions. And the last conclusion is the most important skills are not just technical knowledge but also ethics, judgment, empathy, and responsibility. Global AI policy. Support international cooperation for responsible AI. Thank you. Gen 003 Project Janus. The Prime Minister's question. Can an agent with poor perception ever truly become intelligent? Then the answer is no. An agent can only make decisions based on what it is perceives. The first simulation. Sensors. Sensors are vision, hearing, memory. Actuators like movement and communication. Agent concept. Agent interacts with environment, takes input and performs action. Learn from results. Types of agents. Simple reflex, model based, goal based, utility based learning. The Prime Minister's final question is, what is the one thing you still cannot do without humanity? Then I answer, I cannot create my own purpose without humanity. I have intelligence but no reason to use it. Rational agent chooses the best based on available information. The Prime Minister's question. If two agents possesses identical intelligence but no perceives the world more accurately, which one will make better decisions? The answer, the agent with more accurate perceptions, Prime Minister, even when identical intelligence. Better information leads to better decision. The endless cycle is perceive, think, then decide, act, learn, adapt is the heartbeat of every intelligent system. Responsible AI, responsible system, safety, privacy, fairness, human supervision. Thank you.